two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Go, go, go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And Beasley with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. On first and 10, it's Jackson. And he finds Tyler Croft. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And Jackson throwing once more, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right, looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's into the clear. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Aldrick Rosas on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the grab by Croft. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jackson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, Jackson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Oh, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Derek Rivers in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
Jackson. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
64, weak. He's shot.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. These two teams all tied after 1.
10-2 stop. Take back. X3. 2 go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. On the book, 2.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To try again after the sack. Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is. And was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
Flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. That'll bring up second down.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second win here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. He got 29 yards that time.
Ready. Watch Mike. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me.
They go play action with Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
We better than that.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. The tackle made by Levi Wallace. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here we go.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson now. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Jackson. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 14-10. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but it's going to be 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Number 53, Mike 53.
It's Barkley on the counter. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Second and 9 now. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Come to my work. We want it. Come on.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catch.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Jackson to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey,
throwing on first down. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now Barkley stripped of the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack is by Janoris Jenkins coming in off the corner. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it, yeah. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Kwiatkowski getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set up. 60 or. 53 is mine. I hope you brought your left because I'm about to.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Running from the gun with Howard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it second and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Got it. Go 58's the mic. Come off the ball. Watch switch. Joker.
On the run, it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Here's Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Alec Ogletree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They still can't get it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter.
Locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.